Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so today we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, chapter 1 Canto 1 entitled Creation, chapter 19 entitled Appearance of Shukadeva Goswami, verse number 8. Tatropajagmurbhuvanam punana Maha Anubhava Munaya Sashishya Prayena Tirtha Abhigama Padeshe Swayam Hitirthani Punanti Santa. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. At that time, all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When Maharaj Parikshit sat down on the bank of the Ganges, the news spread in all directions of the universe, and the great-minded sages who could follow the importance of the occasion all arrived there on the plea of pilgrimage. Actually, they came to meet Maharaj Parikshit and not to take a bath of pilgrimage, because all of them were competent enough to sanctify the places of pilgrimage. Common men go to pilgrimage sites to get themselves purified of all sins. Thus, the places of pilgrimage become overburdened with the sins of others. But when such sages visit overburdened places of pilgrimage, they sanctify the places by their presence. Therefore, the sages who came to meet Maharaj Parikshit were not very much interested in getting themselves purified like common men. But on the plea of taking a bath in that place, they came to meet Maharaj Parikshit because they could foresee that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam would be spoken by Shukadeva Goswami. All of them wanted to take advantage of the great occasion. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, verse number 8, translation. At that time, all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages, who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey. Hare Krishna. So if devotees are comfortable, they can turn on their videos. So, Parikshit Maharaj is fasting until death on the bank of the Ganga. Having received information, news, that he is going to die in 7 days, the great Parikshit Maharaj, he leaves his throne, his rulership, his treasury, his army, his weapons, his family, his queens, his opulence, and his ornaments and clothes and chariot and servants. And in one dhoti, he sits on the bank of the Ganges, waiting for Takshak bird to come and bite him. So Parikshit Maharaj has accepted and ready to face the situation. He is not trying to escape the situation. He is not trying to fight or counteract the situation. He is not trying to blame somebody else for the situation. He is not trying to protect himself. He is not trying to pray to Krishna to protect him. He is waiting that I am ready, whatever comes my way. That is the steady, detached devotee who accepts everything as plan of Krishna and just depends on Krishna. So that is not ordinary. The king of the planet, Parikshit Maharaj, overnight deciding to renounce everything and sit on the bank of the Ganges fasting until death. This is a breaking news. And everybody, NDTV, BBC, CNN, they all come on the bank of the Ganges to cover the event. So the great sages, the great demigods, the great scholars, the great leaders of all the planets, not just Earth planet, but even demigod planets, the acharyas, they all come there with their disciples on the pretext of Ganga Snan, going for bathing in Mother Ganga. But actually they came to meet Parikshit Maharaj. They all knew that Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in the womb of his mother, Ashwatthama had shot an arrow on the womb of Uttara to kill the child in the womb. At that time, the widow, pregnant Uttara, ran to Lord Shri Krishna for protection. Krishna, Krishna, Ma Baho, Pahi Mam, protect my child. Let me get killed, but protect my child. At that time, Krishna was standing on the chariot about to depart from Hastinapur to Dwaraka. The Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, and their guards, bodyguards, and commander, and Draupadi, and Subhadra, and Kunti, and other family members, they were all surrounding the chariot, imploring Krishna not to go. And pregnant Uttara rushes towards the chariot, praying to Krishna. And Krishna protects the child in the womb without getting down from the chariot. Krishna is in the heart of Uttara. From heart he goes to the womb. It's shortcut rather than from chariot to womb. It's long cut. So from heart he goes to the womb, and with his Sudarshan Chakra he makes a protective circle around the child, around the embryo. And the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama enters the womb of Uttara, comes in contact with the protective circle of Sudarshan Chakra and gets neutralized. And the child is saved. And the child is so fortunate, inside the womb he saw small thumb size, four-handed Krishna forming the protective circle. The Vishnu form wearing yellow dhoti and carrying Shank Chakra Gada Padma and a golden helmet and blackish blue body and lotus petal like eyes and bow-like eyebrows and mirror-like cheeks and lotus face, moon-like face and reddish lips and broad chest and wearing a Vaijanti Mala and Kaustubh Mani. So beautiful Vishnu form the child saw in the womb. And when the child was born, He was searching for the same face everywhere around him. He was examining every single person. Is this the person whom I saw inside the womb? I want to see again. This is like addiction to intoxication of Krishna's beauty. Once you have it, you want to see him again. So because he was examining everywhere, examining everybody, he became Parikshit, one who examines everybody. And now same Parikshit Maharaj, who is the king of the whole earthly planet, who has successfully ruled and protected the people from Kali Yuga, he's been cursed to die in 7 days by a small Muni Putra. And he has ready to face it, sitting fasting on the bank of the Ganges. So all the rishis and the munis and the demigods and the scholars and the panditas, they all come to the location. They are eager to know how such a big king can stay on the bank of the Ganges 7 days without food and water. What will he do there? More than that, they are eager to know what will happen there. Will the Muni Putra's curse be successful and the snake bird Taksha actually come there? Right? It's a question. If a accomplished sage curses, people may believe that yes, this curse will happen. But if a small boy who is playing with his friends curses, will that happen or not? Is that serious matter? Parikshit Maharaj has left his kingdom and throne. So will Takshak bird come or not? That's the first question they have. The second question is, if Takshak bird comes, Takshak snake bird, will he bite Parikshit or not? Will that biting happen? Will he successfully bite? Or will Krishna come again and protect Parikshit Maharaj from the poison of Takshak? Will Krishna come and protect Parikshit and kill Takshak? Or will Krishna intervene and bring the Muniputra? What will happen? Krishna didn't allow Parikshit Maharaj to die in the womb. So will Krishna allow him to die now? Krishna will definitely come to protect his devotee and we will get darshan of Krishna. So nice. So everybody came there for that opportunity. And if Krishna does not come and Parikshit Maharaj die, that is going to be the unique scene. Because Krishna allowed that death to happen. And a great Vaishnava Parikshit Maharaj is going to die and go back to Vaikuntha. That is a very breaking scene, breaking news. To see somebody die and go to Vaikuntha. We want to see. So all the sages are assembled there, eager to associate with Parikshit Maharaj, hopeful that we will be able to see Krishna or some mystic potency of Krishna intervening to protect Parikshit Maharaj, or we'll see a peaceful Vaishnava living his body, completely renounced and absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And that will be so inspiring. And they also know Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is going to be spoken here by Shukdev Goswami in these 7 days. Shukdev Goswami has been attracted to this place to come and speak the nectar of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, just as Takshak snake bird is being attracted here to deposit his poison. Shukdev Goswami is attracted to deposit his nectar of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And who will win? The nectar of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam spoken by Shukdev Goswami is not ordinary. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva says to Mother Parvati, I understand Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Shukdev understands Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Vyasdev may or may not understand Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The very author of Bhagavatam doesn't understand Bhagavatam, but Shukdev has a higher understanding. He's more enlightened, more rasa. So much so that when Shukdev actually was speaking Bhagavatam to Parikshit, Vyasdev came to hear it. Narad Muni came to hear it. Pibatam. He made it more tasty when it was coming from his lips. So the sages and the scholars and the brahmanas and the devotees are eager to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And that is a very nice quality. Hearing a Bhagavatam class is not an intellectual activity that I don't know this verse, I need something new or some new information or new story. A devotee speaking on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, sitting on Vyasasana, should not try to attract the audience that let me find out some new joke to crack in the class, or let me give them some new story so that they like my class and they clap and they get attracted to be my followers and next time attend my class. Or let me give them something modern. So Bhagavatam class is not for speculation or worldly news or jokes. It's a serious service to Krishna, to purify oneself and others and inspire to do devotional service. Hearing Bhagavatam itself is a devotional service, pure devotional service. So they all will attracted to hear Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami, who made it more tasty by his loving feelings for Krishna, by his Krishna prem. So they all came on the bank of the Ganges, telling everybody that we are going for Ganga Snan. Mother Ganga is not ordinary. She emanates from the lotus feet of Vishnu. And the water of Mother Ganga being in contact with the lotus feet of Vishnu has such a great power that if any sinful person bathes in Mother Ganga, his sins vanish. That is the glory of Mother Ganga. So many people come to bathe in Mother Ganga and they deposit their sin in Mother Ganga. So it is said Mother Ganga gets overwhelmed with so much quantity of sins. In fact, she approached Krishna, said, my dear Lord, in Kali Yuga, people are so sinful. People do PhD in meat eating, in intoxication, in gambling, and in illicit sex. Everywhere it is rampant. And these people will ritualistically come and bathe in my waters and deposit their sins in wholesale, in bulk. I'll be so overwhelmed. How will I get free from this burden of sins? So Lord Krishna told Mother Ganga, don't worry, in Kali Yuga, my special devotees, they will travel and preach and they will come and bathe in your waters and they will sanctify you, they will purify you, they will purge all the sinful reactions and nullify everything. Mother Ganga was happy but also concerned. She said, in Kali Yuga there will be so many people appearing as sadhus. How will I know which one is genuine sadhu who is purifying me? In Kali Yuga, don't judge by dress and by address. Somebody's dress might be saffron, somebody's address might be Vrindavan or Haridwar or ISKCON or Gaudiya Math or any spiritual organization. So by dress and address, we can't know who is a sadhu. It's by qualities and surrender to Krishna. It takes time to associate and hear. So Mother Ganga is concerned that in Kali Yuga there are pretenders, pakhandis, duplicates, frauds. So my dear Lord, how will I identify your pure devotees? Krishna said there are 3 characteristics of my pure devotees. First is they will be always chanting and dancing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Always chanting and dancing the holy names, my holy names. And second is they will be very eagerly describing and discussing Bhagavatam among themselves. And the third is they will only honor Mahaprasad. Nothing else they will eat, honor. Only Mahaprasad. These are the 3 characteristics. And we see Prabhupada has put these characteristics in the followers of ISKCON to chant and dance whole day. Even in Mangalarti, we chant and dance. Early morning, you wake up, pay Dandvat Pranam, stand in front of Aarti and chant and dance. Then Japa, we chant the holy name. Then Shringarati and Guru Puja, again we chant and dance. Then we hear Bhagavatam and whole day discuss Bhagavatam and apply Bhagavatam in our life. Do service, speak Bhagavatam and preach. And again Sandhyati, chant and dance. If somebody's birthday party, we chant and dance. If somebody dies, we chant and dance. Somebody's marriage, we chant and dance. Every event in life, positive or negative, we chant and dance. Auspicious or inauspicious. And every day discuss Bhagavatam, absorb yourself in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and honor only Mahaprasad. If it is not offered to Krishna, devotees are not interested, even if it is best of the items. Even fruits, if not offered to Krishna, devotees are not interested. So these are the sadhus who purify Mother Ganga. They are mobile Ganga. In order to get purified by holy river of Ganga, you have to go to Ganga and you have to immerse yourself multiple times. But sadhus, you don't have to go, they come to us. Srila Prabhupada went to America. Ganga Devi didn't go to America. Prabhupada went. And he purified the hippies and made them pure devotees. When Garga Muni, he came to the house of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj offered him a raised asan, washed his feet, paid him sumptuous prasadam, gave him so many gifts and charity, offered his prayers and praises, and with folded hands told Garga Muni that you have no business to visit a householder. You have no benefit or purpose to come house to house. But still you are coming to my house. Still you are coming to the house of a grahastha just to remind us to serve Krishna. Because in spite of being sincere, a householder may get entangled in social and economic affairs and family and worldly affairs. and the priority changes and he has to struggle. But when a pure sadhu visits, he is reminded of Krishna. He gets an opportunity to serve Krishna by serving the sadhu who is transparent via media. When he offers something to a pure devotee, that offering straight goes to Krishna who is pleased. And when Krishna has to offer blessings and instructions, it comes through that sadhu and one gets benefit. So he told Garga Muni that it's for our benefit that you are traveling door to door, house to house. Sri Prabhupada circled the whole globe so many times. And that small Lavamatra association of Srila Prabhupada created such a big ISKCON institution with hundreds of temples and thousands of devotees today. And so many performances of devotional service. Every day, thousands and lakhs of devotees are attending Mangalarti and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and hearing Bhagavatam. And there's a big meeting going on in the head office of Zoom. And they are saying, thinking that what these people are doing for hours together. They are on Zoom sessions, so disciplined, hours together. Devotees are preaching. So that's the benefit Srila Prabhupada gave. Srila Prabhupada even multiple times visited Kumbh Mela, where there is Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari. And so many people assemble there and come to take bath and purify themselves of their sinful activities. And Prabhupada exclaimed that I have not come here to take bath in Ganga to purify myself. I have come here to preach because there are so many people here whom we can preach. And Srila Prabhupada actually did that. Right in Kumbh Mela, it's so severe cold, Prabhupada would hold a pandal program and give classes and tell the devotees to go for Harinam and book distribution and Prasadam distribution in the whole Kumbh Mela. And so many people get attracted. And Srila Prabhupada would not get up early morning just for taking bath in Ganga. He would get up and there was a hand pump and he would take bath there. Some people would crowd on the bank of the river to take bath. But Prabhupada explained that while definitely it's purifying, in Kali Yuga, chanting and giving Harinam is our process. So we respect Mother Ganga, of course. Whenever we get opportunity, we serve her. Take a bath, worshipable bath. At the same time, we seek association of pure devotees. By their blessings, by their well wishes, by their instructions, by their class, by their service and obeying them and surrendering to them, we will get purified. We will get inspiration and faith to continue our devotional service. We'll please Krishna by offering them service, by pleasing them. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. There is no other way, there is no other process. Krishna says, I am subservient to my devotees. Aham bhakta paradhino. I am controlled by my devotees. They always think of me and I always think of them. Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjun. He is ready to serve his own devotee. So when we serve his devotee, Krishna is highly pleased. Better than becoming a servant of Krishna is to become servant of Krishna. That's more sweet. That's more easy. Pleasing Krishna is not easy, but a sadhu, just by a glass of water, he'll be pleased and bless you and be grateful that you offered him water. So these Vaishnavas, who are themselves places of pilgrimage, they sanctify the holy rivers and they move and travel to purify the society, to give instructions to the people and to tell them to serve Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada has given us that formula to go out on the streets and chant the holy name and attract people, to distribute his books. If a person reads one page, his bhakti starts. If he reads one paragraph, one sentence, if he just gives money and purchases a book, his bhakti starts. If he sings in Harinam, or if he watches Harinam, or if he just sees the Jagannath on the Rath Yatra, he gets liberated. So we profusely distribute Harinam and books and prasadam and give opportunity to every person on the street, in every village and town, to become Krishna conscious. Janma sarthak kari, kara paropkar. That's the purpose of life, to perfect our life by practicing bhakti and to share the process of bhakti with others. Be compassionate to the innocent souls. So we should assist in preaching activities like this Zoom class. Somebody is sending messages, somebody is making banners, somebody is making calls, somebody is leading kirtan, somebody is giving class. Everybody should join and attract more and more new people. Everybody should make a effort that, okay, in this month, 10 people I will invite and request and follow up to come to temple, to read Prabhupada books, to attend a class, and increase the number of followers. Not for quantity or for showing that I have so many number on my screen. No. To please Krishna. When we increase the number of devotees and devotee population, Krishna is pleased. Krishna wants all the fallen conditioned souls to be happy. And the only way they are happy is when they go back home, back to Godhead. So if we tell them that you are part and parcel of Krishna, he is your maintainer, supreme personality of Godhead, please worship him. Please chant his name, please follow his instructions, please make friendship with his devotees. And Krishna is pleased. Krishna is having pain in his heart when he sees his fallen conditioned soul suffering in this material world. And by preaching, we are relieving the pain of Krishna. Such a great service it is. Prahlad Maharaj, in his prayers, he told Nrsimhadev, I am not bothered about my liberation. I don't want to alone get liberated. I want all these demonic people to get liberated. He is so concerned. That is his compassion. That is his kindness and mercy. That others are suffering. And why they are suffering? Because they have forgotten Krishna. And the only way they can improve is when they again remember Krishna. So let me go and remind them of Krishna. Vaishnava wears tilak and goes outside in public to decorate his body as a service to Krishna, because his body is temple of Krishna who is residing in the heart. But at the same time, when people see the tilak, in the mind they think, oh, Krishna. They remember Krishna. Just by seeing our tilak, people remember Krishna. Just by seeing dhoti kurta, or brahmacharis going in apron dhoti kurta in bus, train or airport, people see. They may not talk. They see. And when they see, they have a thought. And that thought is about Krishna. They may joke or they may be unhappy. But they will say about Krishna. They will think about Krishna. Some thought will come about Krishna, about God, about Vishnu. And that will start their purification. So wear tilak and stand on road with dhoti kurta, you are preaching. Take a bead bag and chant Hare Krishna, you are preaching. People get attracted. I'll tell you, when I was very new to Mumbai, I was studying in IIT Powai, my master's. First time left home and staying in a strange city. First time in Mumbai, in the hostel. I'm coming from village. So my sister, who's married, stays somewhere else, she wrote me a letter in my hostel. And in the letter she wrote that this Mumbai is not a good place. There are many bad people. You should remain safe and don't mix with strangers and don't go out at night. My elder sister, she wrote me as an affectionate letter. And it's true, who at midnight, who will go out like that? So the day I received the letter, I happened to go out of the hostel. And I was not very much aware about the buses and all in Mumbai. Even crossing the road of Mumbai is very difficult at that time. I was so new. So I got very late returning to the hostel. Night 11:30 p.m. Very late somehow. And I was standing at a bus stop. It was dark, nobody was around. And I had bead bag and tilak. I was chanting. As a student, I used to practice bhakti. So suddenly one person comes near to me with a bag in his shoulder. And he starts speaking to me. And I remember the letter of my sister. And become scared that who is this stranger coming and speaking to me? What is he doing? And he told me, hey brother, your face is so shining, illuminating. And I had a bead bag in my hand and he asked me, what are you doing? And I had a very great urge to preach to him and tell him about Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But I was hesitating because, he was a stranger to me at that time. I was new to the city. And it was late night, dark. So you see, the people just get attracted. Even if they come, very few will come and speak themselves because they also hesitate to talk to a stranger in a strange uniform. But at least they think about God. And I got an opportunity. I told him about Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I told him, this is how I chant. You can also chant. But I was so afraid. I didn't wait for the bus. I caught an auto, which has an extra money to pay. And I went to the hostel. So anyway, I'm not sharing my life. I'm just saying that with the bead bag and with the tilak, people think about Krishna when they see us. This is Prabhupada's potency. So we should inspire people, at least those whom we know, they are on our address book. Those our social group, we should tell them about Krishna. Even if they make fun of us, even if they think we are boring, even if they say, yes, every time we're talking about Krishna, let's change the topic. But we keep talking about Krishna. That's the compassion. That pleases Krishna. So Vaishnava should live a life centered around Krishna. Anybody comes in contact of a Vaishnava, he should contact Krishna. He should get connected to the holy name of Krishna. He should get connected to Prasadam and Bhagavatam and deities and Vrindavan. And that's the perfection of our life. In that way, we grow. We grow in our bhakti. Whether preaching is successful in terms of quantity is different, but at least we grow in bhakti. So we should do that. Okay, my dear devotees, thank you very much. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Parikshit Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. If there are any comments or questions, you may please ask.
हरे कृष्णा. किसी बात का कोई प्रश्न है तो you can type in the comment box or you can unmute and can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Wonderful class. Prabhuji, I had a question. You told about purification. So how do we understand slowly that we are progressing or we are getting purified from the anarthas?
Yeah, Rajat, when you don't have this question, that means you are progressing. So when my lust is decreasing, anger is decreasing, greed is decreasing, material desires are decreasing, I feel more and more liking to chant more and more, to serve more and more, to hear more and more, a higher taste in Krishna. That means I'm getting purified. Laziness is going away. There's eagerness. Okay, let me sleep now. Tomorrow I have to chant early morning. Right? Like when you're about to catch a flight to America, early morning. So let me sleep now. Tomorrow I have to go to airport. You are so enthusiastic. Similarly, if you're having a flight to Vrindavan or train to Vrindavan, you'll be very enthusiastic. So that feeling means we are purifying ourselves. And definitely this will happen anybody who sincerely practices bhakti. You can see in our own life, you yourself can see past few years and today, if there is a difference. Are you a better version of your own self? An upgraded Rajat or updated Rajat? Like we update our apps, we have to update our consciousness. So the process works. Okay?
Yes, brother. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam.
Next.
प्रभु जी, मेरा प्रश्न है कि जैसे माघ का महीना चल रहा है और इसमें गंगा स्नान का, जमुना स्नान का बहुत महत्व है, लेकिन हम गंगा से बहुत दूर हैं और अपने नहाने के बर्तन में मतलब जैसे गंगा जल डाल देते हैं, तो क्या वो भी उसी समान माना जाएगा?
हाँ, उसी समान माना जाएगा. गंगा देवी बर्तन में हो, बर्तन के बाहर हो, सेफ है.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna. Any devotee has any question, you can ask. We'll give 10 seconds. Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhuji, we'll conclude.
Okay, thank you very much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय. श्री राधा कृष्ण बिहारी भगवान की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.